Hello. Oh, sorry, I was making sure that we had waited long enough. Well, hello, everyone. I'm AlyssaSMW. Here with Sayonara Mario World today for all of you. It's a fantastic hack here. I'm excited to show it all off. But I'll go ahead and just jump on into it. I'll let BD count me down whenever you're ready.
Yeah, hi, I'm BD. I am the PR and events lead for SMW Central. And also with me on the couch real quick, we have Greg.
Hi, everyone. I am xoxoGossipGreg. I am another Super Mario World enthusiast. I like a lot of these fan mods, and I used to speedrun this game also.
All right, you ready, Alyssa?
I'm ready.
Let's do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Video games.
Helps if I'm on the right screen to start.
So if you haven't guessed, this is a 2020 mod of SMW by Margo. And if you were wondering, is it about Sayonara Wild Hearts? Yeah, no, you've got that. It's a Sayonara Wild Hearts themed SMW Kaizo.
Along with that, when you make a Super Mario mod dedicated to a very fancy rhythm game, you get some really good fancy music and aesthetics.
And right off the bat, we're paying homage, if you will, to the fact that the main character in Sayonara Wild Hearts rides a motorcycle. And so we're going to ride these sprites here in Begin Again all the way to the end.
And so our first half, we're mostly just hopping on these spinies. It's a pretty quick section. And coming into the second half here, we get to start a little butt slide state, and Alyssa has to keep it throughout the entirety of the second half of the level.
Not a problem at all. That's one exit down, 12 to go.
There we go. Yeah, if you hold right at all there, once you get to the end, right before the ending, you will run right into those falling spikies, and they will kill you.
So we're going into Doki Doki Rush, and if you haven't been able to guess by now, the main gimmick of this level is that we have our friends, these little flying buzzy beetles. Depending on what color they are, they will do different things. So these red ones, Alyssa's actually jumping very specifically and with very deliberate timing to influence the height of this buzzy beetle that's flying. So all of this is trying to manipulate these beetles into going where she wants them to go. They don't always play along, as you can tell. And it's worth pointing out, this is a very hard Mario mod. So Margo is a very, very special level designer in that even though this is a Kaizo, which by definition tends to mean it's a very strict, by the way, we're going for a speed strat here. Let's go. First try.
First try hype, always.
Margo's approach to Kaizo is a lot more open-ended than a lot of other designers. So you see all of the jumps that are being set up here. There's actually more wiggle room to make these jumps than there would be in other Kaizo mods. So it's a really fun speed run because there's so much variance in how people approach these things. And sometimes you just one-shot it like that.
Yeah, and one of the other nice little troll there with the baby Yoshi falling, if you pause. One of the fun things that comes with the flexibility that Margo gives you is, you can say jump higher on one particular jump, but then you need to make sure you fall faster to land. It's always a give and take that the player gets to make.
All right, who likes dolphins in SMW? Who likes their Mario World dolphins?
Everyone loves dolphins.
Yeah, so sometimes when someone's making a level, they say, what if there were just a bunch of falling dolphins? And that's the level.
So we've got some dolphins we got to jump on. And actually, Kyle, now's a great time to get a couple donations in.
Absolutely. I was watching the tracker over here, and I saw it absolutely jump up on that incentive thanks to this $500 donation from Spirits. Let's go. They say, my heart goes out to those affected by the recent hurricanes. Thank you, everyone involved in DRDQ, and good luck, runners. I can't wait to see this amazing Sayonara run. Thank you so much for that donation. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Spirits. Love you.
And we had a $25 donation from Medi Sin. No comment, but thank you so much for that donation to DRDQ.
All right, so Greg, how do you feel about Guitar Hero?
I played Guitar Hero before. How do you feel about Guitar Hero but dolphins?
I like Guitar Hero less when it's dolphins, but it's still fun.
Well, good news is that Alyssa very good at Guitar Hero when it's dolphins because she just crushed that section.
All right, no problem. Easy every time.
Easy every time.
I'm going to start chatting about this next level a little bit before we get into it because it has a gimmick that we see sometimes in these mods called sticky keys, or that's what we call it, which just means that when there's items and Mario grabs onto them, he's no longer able to let go of them. And so Margo forces you to go through this whole section while holding onto this baby Yoshi, and you have to be very particular about what food you give him so that he grows up at the right time.
This particular baby Joshua is a very picky eater. And if you feed it anything other than these gray Bowser statues, it's a bad time for everybody. But luckily, we're right there. And so we can just piece right down. And now we're into this face-shaped house.
This second half of the level has a speed strat that's my favorite in the entire run. You choose to ignore the intended strat of grabbing the baby Yoshi and just charging through the level without it, and it still just kind of works. I like it because it saves about a quarter of a second, which is not much in one of these Kaizo games, but you get to save time in an auto-scroller. So, and Alyssa's
that trick with the green shell that Alyssa just did was really, really freaking hard, and you should all be popping off right now that she got it first try.
This is true.
All right, we are moving.
Make sure you get those jam emotes ready.
Yeah.
Get ready.
This level, there's these blocks that fall away after you jump off of them. There's going to be boo circles, and then the music's just a jam. And I think with that, Kyle, if you want to read some donations, this would be a great time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. There's so much love coming in. We are at almost 50%, almost half the way towards that bonus task. Make sure you're getting those donations towards that. We have a $20 donation from Lady Raven 2012. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you. And another $25 anonymous donation. Thank you for your donation to Direct Relief. We appreciate it. This run is just flying by. Let's try to get that incentive met by the end of it, huh?
Yeah, so the estimate here is 50 minutes, which is a very, very commendable estimate. Alyssa's been cooking. Let's just say that.
I've been putting in some work.
And it shows. All right, so we have this second half, which is an auto-scroller boost fight. We have a big boo fight here. And the cool thing is that you have to keep these on-off switches in the right place, but when you hit the boss, the switch will flip. So it's a matter of timing it so that when you make your hit, you're thinking one jump ahead every time you're doing this, because the timing on this, it's consistent, but you have to really kind of work to nail it down just right.
And it's really hard to play this consistently every single time you do the level. It's also really cool to see a level where you're not only fighting the boo, but you're using him as part of your platforming to navigate the obstacles.
Not every big boo has a hitbox like that, so it's kind of cool when you do get this kind of a boo fight to take advantage of it. And Margo's really good at auto-scrollers, really good at auto-scrollers. So give Margo a toy that makes the auto-scrollers more fun, and this is the fun that comes out of it.
Yeah, using the boo like it, I think the words I was really looking for is it's such a stylish use of the automatic way the boss is moving. And I think that's one thing that Margo does incredibly well is style, the old adage, you could have style or substance, and Margo's just or counter argument. Well,
why not both?
Why not both?
Speaking of style, y'all asked for jam emotes, and I have seen more jam emotes, more dance emotes than I've ever seen in my life in chat. Thank you, chat, for dancing along with us. We appreciate it.
Oh, and we're still like, you've got to save them for the levels that are coming up because you think this is a jam. Hold on to your hats.
Oh, this is not
That's why
the
you
only
gotta
jam.
cue those jams up.
And thank you, Chad, for helping us meet the jam quota. I appreciate it.
This last little bit here, as you could probably guess, is very tricky. And we got one last little timing jump, and there we go.
Easy as that.
Easy as that.
That switch falling or changing right as you do that last jump just feels great every time.
All right, we are on to Mirror Reaper, which means that we have a friend.
He's a nice, helpful friend.
Fireballs aren't usually helpful. Well, they can be. SMW Kaizo likes to use a little bit of everything, and so we have a new little helper friend. And the helper friend will follow us wherever we go, which makes some of these real fun.
No, I would never go as far as to say that something Margot made is jank, but if something Margot ever made was jank, it's this ending.
How dare you?
The timing on those
I'm
fireballs,
sorry,
sometimes it lines up like perfectly and sometimes it just doesn't want to.
Okay, I don't know a whole lot about a lot of these games. Is the fireball jumping up at certain intervals, or does it react to anything that you do? How do we know when that's going to jump up?
It's mostly the same every time, except it can like have a couple of frames of variance. I don't know like everything that's happening under the hood with that particular enemy, but it's mostly the same. And it's just tracking Mario through the whole room.
Between that and the timing can vary depending on when you land on the skull platform here, because it doesn't start moving until I land on it.
By the way, I want to cut in real quick and say we just passed $16,000 raised for Directly. Let's go. Thank you so much, everybody.
We can keep doing. We can do this. I want to see DKC tasks. Like, come on. Like, I want to see that, y'all. Let's make that happen.
An update on that. We are past $800 out of the $1,500 required. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Let's do it.
Actually, Kyle, if you have a couple donations, now's probably a really good time.
You know what? I think we summoned them. We have a $50 donation from Margot.
Let's go.
Margot says, I made this, smiley face. Good luck, Alyssa, and thanks to BD and Greg for holding it down for me on the couch today. Less than 3. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank you, Margot. Margot, you're great.
We've also got a $10 donation from Plasma that says, smashing it, Alyssa. Let's go.
All right, now for this little second half auto-scroller, we have these straight firing fire flowers. So normally you fire a fireball as Mario, it's going to bounce around all over the place. Margot has kind of made it so that it just shoots straight ahead. But to do that, we've got all these, we got cheat sheets rolling around, and no, we're just going to just plow right through that. We're not going to think about it.
Yeah, that second half is a lot easier than the first half.
The second half feels really good, though. I will admit it's one of my favorite sections.
Speaking
okay,
of
y'all.
favorite sections, we're getting into my favorite level in this video game. Again,
The best level.
Please, dancing emotes, jam emotes of your choice. BD warned you would need them again.
Here they are.
This level is dedicated to the Chuck. It's just, these football playing enemies. Margot has made very hard one-screen rooms, each dedicated to all the different types of Chuck enemies in this game. And this level is the start of a very long and fruitful career of really sickos Chuck-based obstacles that I think Margot is pretty well known for at this point in her Kaizo-making career.
There are a few legacies that we all leave when we participate, and one of Margot's many legacies will be using every Chuck available to her. That jump is sneaky hard. That jump over the Chuck right there, that is a sneaky hard jump that we got first try. Let's go.
I just started incorporating that strat like 3 days ago, so I'm glad I got it first try.
Yeah, I told Alyssa that you could do that when she started getting prepped for this, and she was like, "Oh, is it just like this?" And then just has nailed it like every time. It's incredible.
Also, y'all asked for him. Chat is a wall of dance emotes right now. Keep it going,
Good.
chat. Let's dance
go.
along. Alyssa, you're killing it. Thank you.
And
It's
Kyle,
hard not
if you'd be
to
so
jam
kind
to
to
the
maybe
song.
regale us with a few donos, I think.
I would be happy to, but before I do that, I've got some awesome news here. The event has been going so well, we decided let's add another game. So
Let's
to the
go.
checkpoint, we have just added Peggle Extreme Grandmaster by Satan herself.
Satan!
That's
Let's
gonna
go,
be coming
Satan!
up. Let's
do
go,
this.
Satan. That's coming up right after TaskBot, after the checkpoint, before Pump It Up Phoenix. Great job, everybody. Let's keep doing more GDQ.
I'm so happy. That's so awesome. You are not going to want to miss that. Satan is an amazing Peggle runner.
That is exciting. I've seen Peggle runs before, and they are very fun.
And now, even if you haven't seen Peggle runs before, everyone has the opportunity to do so, and that's exciting.
Also, I'm waiting for the donation that did it, but we jumped up to $1,419 out of that $1,500 towards that bonus task. Amazing.
go.
As soon as the big numbers come in, I'm going to read them for you.
Thank you so much. Y'all, like, seeing all of this play out like in real time last week, this week, it's been earth-shattering, to say the least. And that's just from watching it, not even living it. So anything and everything we can do to help come together to bring people the things that they need, the supplies they need, the medicine they need in order to keep recovering and thriving after this is such a big deal. So thank you all so much.
And here it is. We did get a $500 donation from Endless Revolt, who says, I like this gym. Thank you so much for the donation and for helping us get so close to unlocking that bonus task. You are all doing so wonderfully. Keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Endless. Just to quick explain this level, there is screen wrap, meaning in this section, Mario falls from the bottom of the screen back up to the top kind of infinitely. The second half of the level, it works the same, but horizontally. Mario will go through the left and right half.
You see these red question mark blocks, and I like to make fun of these blocks because I feel like they're used a different way by every single creator that uses them. And here, they're just death. So these are like the most formless like obstacles in SMW Kaizo, and so Margot's just like, I'm gonna kill you with them.
It's a really fun obstacle, like in a screen wrap level where you're just like falling perpetually. I have to say it.
Kyle, if you've got a couple more donations, we could probably get them in now.
I do. I've got one from someone we might recognize. We've got $10 from xoxoGossipGreg.
What?
How did this happen? xoxoGossipGreg says, good luck to Alyssa as she runs my favorite Super Mario World mod. No doubt her run is going to be incredible. You must have been telling the future because it has been.
It has been.
I don't know who that person was, but they were correct. So
That person's probably really, really good at this game.
I've heard rumors, but you know, I'd have to see it to believe it.
Only rumors.
Y'all, like real quick, while we're finishing this up, most of the strats that you've seen Alyssa use, Greg is the one that developed them. So y'all give props to xoxoGossipGreg for putting in the work to really make this speed run pop.
It's true. I probably could have found some of this myself, but really having it all handed it to me on a silver plate has been great.
And we're moving.
All right, so that last level with the screen wrap was honestly probably one of the easier levels. From this point on in the game, the levels just ramp up and up and up in difficulty. Here we have like a gimmick where gravity is inverting based on these on-off block status. So as we're going through, you know, shells are hitting the blocks and switching gravity, and Alyssa just has to adjust to it.
If you want to annoy a Kaizo runner, change their physics. Like, that is the easiest way to annoy and aggravate a Kaizo runner. Wait, where are we going?
She's doing it for me, yes.
Oh no, we can't get it. Gotta go back. So that
Terrible, I
switch
guess
is
we
not
just had to play
hittable.
more level.
Yeah. Well, you got a checkpoint.
It's alright, we just needed more on this level.
Even more gravity weirdness, and Mario is using items himself to switch the gravity and platform through.
Upside down to right side up shell jump. Evil. Absolute evil.
I'm going to cut in real quick and say that we have now met that bonus Donkey Kong Country any percent task. Thank you so much for your generosity, chat. Let's go.
Thank you all so much for helping us meet that incentive. That's going to be an absolute wild ride. So thank you all so much. And that was a one-shot of that section.
That section's not easy. That whole level's not easy.
Yeah. Speaking of not easy, I know we asked y'all to use your dance emotes for gym buddies, but I'm going to have to ask you to bust into the reserves because it's bumpty time, y'all.
Everyone
Can people reuse
bumpties.
previous emotes?
Oh, yeah, no, like there's no, like it's quantity overall here.
This is one of the most frightening levels, casually and in a speedrun. These bumpty sprites are notorious. I'm not even trying to describe them.
Y'all, give it up. That has some of the hardest tricks in the entire game, and Alyssa just one-shot it.
There we go.
You can't have a bumpty level without a bumpty at the goal tape. It's a law.
It's true.
That was a one-shot.
That was.
One shot of one of the hardest levels in the game, just casually. No big deal.
No big deal. It's fine.
None. No, we're chilling. We're vibing.
All right, I know one of my favorite levels in the game. I really love this one.
Yeah, shout out to Amethyst Rocks. This is Amethyst Acropolis, and it's a bubble level. Everyone loves bubbles, right?
I actually do, like non-ironically.
The way these work, the purple bubbles are just platforms moving in a direction. The green bubbles bounce you up. And the second half has some really big cheese in it, where you're supposed to grab a mushroom, get big, and then have to bounce on the yellow turn blocks from Super Mario World. But you could also just skip the mushroom instead and not have to do all that. It's great.
We love giant cheese in our Kaizo runs. We don't get it very often, so when we do, we take advantage of it.
And we're coming up into a boss fight. There isn't too much to describe about it. So Kyle, if you want to get a quick donation or two in, I think this would be a great time.
Absolutely. Thank you all again for meeting that incentive. That was done with $50 from Tuna, who says, good luck, have fun with the run. You're crushing it. Also, shout out to Greg for bringing me into the light that this is Margot's level design. And we have $25 from Dankrupt Memer, who says, digging the Sayonara run, keep it up. Thank you so much for that. And $10 from Adam J, who says, hey, Alyssa, it's awesome to see you on the stage. You're crushing it, but then again, you always do. Oh, yeah. And hey, Greg, you're doing great, too.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, we're off the victory road.
Speaking of hard levels, they just keep coming. This level is an auto runner. So Alyssa doesn't get to control how fast she's running. And just has to make sure she's timing her jumps and other inputs to meet what the level demands of her.
Also, that pea balloon there, normally when you use a pea balloon, it goes very slow. So any chance we get to have a fast pea balloon section is appreciated.
Objectively funny to take an auto runner and go pea balloon. That's what you want with that. Funnier would be Cloud.
Eldad Cloud.
Shout outs to first door. Sometimes you get the first door there, and sometimes you get none of the doors there, and it's just always a mixed bag.
In the second half, there was that trick where she had to drop a block. Shout outs to GlitchCat7. That was not in the original version of this game. It got added to be the required strat after he cheesed the original version.
See, some people find speed strats and they get them patched out. In Kaizo, if you find a speed strat, we name it after you.
That's true.
Another one shot. It's almost like you're good at this, Alyssa.
It's almost like I've played this game maybe once.
All right. If you've played Sayonara Wild Hearts, this is where things start getting fun. This is Wild Hearts Litany, and it is, yes, it is an RNG castle. So there will be 4 floors in this castle. Each one has 3 different possibilities, and we're starting with beetles, which is it could be worse.
It's of the 3 rooms, it's probably the one you want third most, so that's great.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
Alyssa's got this.
The nice thing about this RNG castle is that once you're in a room, you're in that room for good. Like, you don't have to keep restarting and picking a new random room. So once this beetle room is done, there will be another draw from a group of 3, and then another draw from a group of 3. So yeah, we have things that we've seen before. So these are all things like the buzzies here are the same buzzies that were in our earlier level, just in a new way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the recurring theme throughout this entire castle.
Yeah, and it's just huge props to Alyssa because as viewers, we're only going to see 4 rooms. There are 12 that she has to be ready for and to be like able to do like as soon as the level tells her that that's what's up. And
and you'll know in the in-between room which it is. So like you can see now we have the boo room, which is again
boo room.
I knew it was going to be boo room. I mean, I couldn't actually know it was going to be boo room, but I knew it was going to be boo room, you know.
This is the game trying to be like, okay, slow down.
It's all right. That's what the estimate's for.
Kyle, if you've got a couple donations, now's probably a pretty good time.
I sure do. I've got $80.60 from Dejrio. Oh, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. They just say Kaizo. Thank you so much for that. And we've got $50 from Go123 Attack. They say, may the donations be screen wrapped as well, whatever that means. Good luck on the run and to an awesome cause. Thank you so much for that donation. And if you're looking for incentives to put that towards, we do have open bid wars for Octopath Traveler 2. You can help pick the solo character and you can help pick the voice language. So if you feel strongly about any of that, put those donations towards that. And everything you're donating right now is going towards unlocking that Crypt of the Necrodancer bonus game.
Yeah. Boo clouds and boo ceilings they're special. They're just special. And I would love to tell you that there's anything you can do to like truly like influence them.
I would love to say you could.
Yeah, I'd love to say it. I can't. I'm sorry.
This room is entirely just, there's no one safe path. There's no one way to just know how to do it. You just gotta do good.
Yeah, this is the hardest possible section you could get in this game, and sometimes it just comes for you.
I think in my PB run, I actually got this room too, though. I'm not sure, though. I've definitely had some PBs with it, at least.
Yeah, it is random. In my experience playing this game, it feels like there's certain rooms that are more likely than others to get. And for the second floor of rooms, this one does seem to show up more commonly. It might also just be that, like, you notice it more when you get it.
Yeah, the boo cloud. If the boo cloud decides that it's not playing nice, then you just kind of have to accept the fact that the boos aren't going to play nice.
Oh, that one was spawned like right on me. You can watch them like move, so you know that they're about to like have a hitbox, but there's like you only have a little bit of time to react.
Yeah, and it's the ceiling is activating the same every time, but where the boos are in relation to the camera changes depending on how you move. So, like, could it be consistent? Sure.
There, we're out. We're good. We're out.
Don't need to do that ever again. It's fine.
This is the reverse gravity room. I just want to note that in my notes in preparation for this, I noted what I thought were the best and worst rooms, and Alyssa is 3 out of 3 for the hardest room so far.
Yep.
So
I knew it was going to happen.
Props to her.
It's all right. We'll just like first shot that room.
Yeah, well, there we go. And if we get... Okay, we didn't get the 4 for 4.
Only 3 for 4. Oh, no. I'm so sad.
3 out of 4 is not bad.
Not at all. Okay, believe it or not, everybody, we are coming up on the last exit of this game. And we're in the door. I didn't jinx it. We're good. We're coming up on the last exit, and I know that you have some jam and dance emotes that you've been saving. Like, I know we asked you to do it twice now. I'm going to need you to do it one more time because we are about to go on that adventure together. And this adventure is called Wild Heart's Lament. And hang on, everybody, because we're in for a ride.
BD, do you have any strong feelings about random heart-shaped enemies coming at you?
I mean, it could be worse, I guess.
You could say I heard it.
I think you'll like this level then. This level is just very pretty to look at. It's 3 auto-scroll rooms, each followed by a boss that's also pulled from a random pool like the previous levels. So once again, Alyssa has to be ready for more things than we as the viewer are going to see. And I don't think there's much more to say about the level, so I'm going to turn it over to Kyle to just read some donos.
Yeah, you've got it. Thank you so much. And all of these donations, again, are going to direct relief to help support all disaster relief across the country, but especially in the hurricane areas that were just hit. So thank you so much for that wonderful cause. We appreciate you all. We have a $50 donation from Sans86 who says, thank y'all for what you were doing. Thank you, Sans, for what you and all of these wonderful donators are doing, helping raise money for a spectacular cause. We have a $10 donation from PFighter2 with no comment. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you. Keep those donations coming. Put them towards the bid wars. We'll have more incentives later. Get hype. Get those dance and hype emotes in chat for this wonderful game. Keep it going.
So these mid rooms are set. So the bosses are different, but these mid rooms are set. So now we're coming up to the last random room in the entire game.
She got the best one.
My favorite one.
Finally, some good RNG on room pulls. So, believe it or not, we're actually coming up on time here pretty soon. So, as Alyssa polishes off this final boss and we make this final climb, I wanted to shout out a couple people. I want to shout out, first off, if you like what you're seeing and you want to try exploring your own hand at some SMW mods. SMW Central is the home on the internet for all things Super Mario World modding, so we would love to have you join us there and check out what we can do. Also, I would like to give a special shout out to one Frozen Flygon, previous runner of Sayonara Mario World and a dear friend of not just the Kaiser community, but all of us, as time will be on screen blackout. There we go.
Use GGs.
So thank you, SMW Central, for all the work that you do. And thank you, Court, for helping make this game as big as it is.
Yeah, thank you, everyone involved, as always. I love all the work that all these people that make these fan games put into it. And I appreciate everyone who makes all this hard work happen.
And if I could just say my own quick shout outs, I just want to shout out Margot. She made this game. She makes the coolest Mario stuff that I've ever played, at least. And also I want to give a quick shout out to Revelug, who will be running another Super Mario World mod tomorrow called Baron of Shell.
Very, very hard.
So, very hard. Please consider checking out that run as well when it's up tomorrow. And also shout outs to Alyssa for doing an incredible run. Would you like to know your time, by the way?
I just looked down, 32:04, right?
Nice.
Yes.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm happy with that time for sure.
Oh, and another thank you, of course, to GDQ for putting this event on so quickly, and thank you to everyone who's been donating to help for the cause.
Any shout outs you'd like to give Alyssa?
That's a great question.
These credits are awesome.
If I was smart, I would have had this written out. But, shout outs to my partner for supporting me always and just being great. Shout outs to the entire SMW community as always. I just love all of y'all. Everyone here is great. And if you're not in the SMW community and you want to, I might recommend it. In fact, I definitely recommend it. And special thanks for you, the viewers, and the donators.
Aw, we got a little neon Yoshi party.